Hey everyone, welcome to another review, and this review is for the movie The Age of Adaline. The Age of Adaline is directed by Toland Krieger. It stars Blake Lively, Michiel Huisman, Harrison Ford, Kathy Baker, and Amanda Crew. This is a new sort of romance kind of movie, and honestly, when I first saw the trailer to this movie, I'm like, this movie is going to suck really bad. I saw it. Yes, I saw it. And yeah, I saw it by myself. Yes, me by myself in a theater watching this movie with a bunch of couples. My god, I felt like a loner. I saw this movie alone in theaters, and honestly, after this movie was done, I actually did mind this movie. It wasn't that bad of a movie. Yeah, The Age of Adaline actually wasn't half bad. Toland Krieger directed this movie, and he also directed the movie Celeste and Jesse Forever. And that is the only reason I wanted to go see this movie, because Celeste and Jesse Forever is a really good movie. That's with Andy Samberg and Rahada Jones, and that was a really, really good movie. I'm like, if this movie's anything like Celeste and Jesse Forever, I might actually enjoy this movie. So I did go see it, and I didn't get a crappy movie. The movie wasn't original or particularly fresh or anything. It was pretty formulaic, but I did enjoy this movie. I enjoyed it for what it was. What's the story of this movie? Blake Lively plays a girl who has immortality. She basically is an immortal. Yeah, an accident happens to her when she's young, and basically after the accident, she stays that age forever. Yeah, not very new. I know, not a very fresh idea, but yeah. She falls in love with a boy, but when the boy starts, she doesn't want to stay with the boy because she doesn't age, and eventually he'll find out, and she doesn't want people to know her secret, but so basically she runs off, and basically you see like brief little fragments of her life and what she went through, and she basically has a daughter, and then when the daughter gets older, which is now at our time, she's an old lady, and Blake Lively's still the same age, and in this movie she actually meets another boy, played by Michiel Huisman, who's also in Orphan Black in Game of Thrones. I love him in those shows, and yeah, he's in this movie. She falls in love with this guy, and then she meets his parents, and then she finds out his dad, played by Harrison Ford, is the boy she fell in love with like 50 years ago. So that creates a little conflict, and basically her secret is at risk at being exposed to the public, and she's a little scared, but she's in love with this new guy, and maybe some of her feelings for Harrison Ford's back, and oh my god, a lot of stuff happens. Well, sort of a lot of stuff. That's actually basically the gist of this movie, but a few other things happen, but I won't spoil this movie. But yeah, that's the gist of this movie. That's the gist of the story, and honestly, it may not sound that interesting, but honestly, this movie isn't half bad. It isn't that bad at all. It's a little formulaic. The idea of this movie, the story of this movie isn't very fresh, but honestly, it works. It works. The direction is fine, the writing is fine, and honestly, Blake Lively, I don't like Blake Lively. I can't stand her. I watched a few episodes of Gossip Girl a while ago. She's terrible in that show. I hate the Sisterhood, the Traveling Pants movies, and The Savages. I know some people like that movie. I don't like that movie, and I don't like her in it. The only good movie she ever played in was The Town, and even her in The Town was eh. That movie's amazing. The Town's amazing, but her in the movie is just eh. Actually, in this movie, she actually gives a fine performance. Nothing like top-notch or Oscar-worthy, but she's actually decent in this movie. And Michiel Huisman, he's great in it too, and yeah, in Game of Thrones and Orphan Black, that's like his A-game acting. This movie's kind of like a C-game acting, but it's fine. His chemistry with Blake Lively is good. You buy it. And honestly, the show stealer of this movie is Harrison Ford. I know people are like, you're just saying that because he's like your favorite actor. Sort of true, but no, he actually is good in this movie. He's very charismatic, and he is a very interesting character, and his performance is very, very good. And I do like every scene he's in with Blake Lively, and I did enjoy him in the movie. And honestly, I enjoy this movie in general. It's not a good movie. Hell no, it's not. Like, this is a good movie for, like, couples. Like, women will adore the shit of this movie. They'll love this movie. And honestly, guys, you won't hate yourself if you see this movie. This is actually a good night out movie for a boyfriend and girlfriend. Guys, don't do me. Don't be like me and see this movie alone because you'll hate it. But this is a good movie for couples and a great movie for girls. Like, you'll adore this movie. And yeah, the problems I had with this movie is obviously it's by the books. It's by the numbers romance movie. It's very cliched. You know how this movie's gonna end. It's very formulaic. The idea isn't very fresh. And honestly, this girl has immortality, and she went through a lot in her life, and they don't show it all. Like you could do so much with this idea. I wanted them to show some of the dark shit she went through in her life. I wanted to see her go through, like, a lot of wars and stuff. Or I know she's not fucking Wolverine or anything, but I wanted to see her go through a lot of shit. And they didn't show that. They just showed mostly the romance side of it, and I didn't like that. Well, the romance does work, but I'm like, just the romance, come on. She went through a lot, she saw a lot of historical events. Get into details with that, and they didn't, and that kind of pissed me off, but I kind of expected that. This is a freaking romance movie, and honestly, as a romance movie, it's fine. I would never see this movie again, but when I did watch this movie, I didn't hate myself, and I actually did enjoy myself. I actually liked this movie, and I actually can recommend this movie. I will never buy this movie again, and I will never probably ever see this movie again, but I would recommend it. It's a good night out movie for the couples. Scale of 1 to 10, I give this movie a 6.2 out of 10. So yeah, check it out, especially if you are a boyfriend or girlfriend, you'll probably have a good night out with this movie. It's good. So yeah, that was my review for the Age of Adaline, and please look forward to my review for Avengers Age of Ultron. I'm going to see it tomorrow, and I'm so pumped. As you can tell, I got a new hat, Avengers, and I can't wait to see it. I'll have my review up as soon as possible. As soon as I go see that movie, I'll try to get my review up right away. So yeah, look forward to that, and if you like this video, please like and subscribe to this channel, and join the dark side.